All right, so one of the nice, cool features that Bootstrap has, and also many styling libraries provide, is the mechanism for being able to split and lay out web pages into logical components. Okay? So for instance, Bootstrap allows you to break up a page into 12 equal parts. Okay? 12 because it's a nice round number. It's divisible by by 3, by 4, by 2, by 6, but it's divisible by many different different ratios, and then you can combine them to have 12 equal parts of one element each, or you have 8 and 4, multiple values of 3 of 4s, but they all have to add up to 12. Okay, and it allows you to break up the page into multiple columns. So remember, I told you originally that tables, you shouldn't use tables to lay out content, right? Instead, you can use grid systems. Grid systems combine the best of two worlds, right? You kind of feel like you're using a table, but you're not really using a table, right? Instead, you're using some of CSS's capability of rendering things side by side. Okay? So the grid system allows you to break up elements so that you can display, for instance, you can display, for instance, a left side and a right hand side, right? So let's, for instance, in your content in your course editor, where's your course editor? Let's see, it's this one over here. Let's bring our style sheet, right? Our font awesome and our bootstrap. So let's bring that over. There it is. So in our course editor, we could, let's see. So this would be class container fluid. Oops. In our course editor, we could create a left side and a right hand side, right? So the grid system tries to mimic what a table would do. Right, so instead of using the table rows and the table columns, what they use is the divs, right? The generic elements that I mentioned earlier, right? That allow you to break up elements a page. So they apply the row class. The row class is a logical, subdivision that allows vertical spacing, and then that row can be broken up into multiple columns, right? Again, apply with class column. Right? Now those columns. You can give it the relative spacing or relative size amongst those columns. So for instance, and the idea would be that they're broken up, adding up to 12. So here we have a left side that is size 2 and a right-hand side that is size 10. So if you have that and you render and you go back to our our course editor, notice that indeed we have a left side and a right side, right? That are rendered as if there were a table. Right, one row, two pieces, two columns. Okay, so this will allow you to implement things such as on the left side you could have maybe a navigation on the left side, right, with modules listed on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side you could have tabs and pills and whatnot. Yes, so let's do that. Let's implement that. We could use the we could use one of the examples from Bootstrap that shows how to create a navigation. So if you go to Bootstrap and you go to navs, oh, we were there already. Notice that they are all implemented using UL. See that? It starts with nav item, and then a hyperlink. They all look like that. Hyperlinks, UL. But they use different classes. Right? They use different classes on how to style it. You want to style it with squares. You want to style it as tabs. How do you want to style it? Do you want to style it from left to right, or do you want to style it from top to bottom? So they use different classes. So what I'm using here is a styling that is down below here somewhere that I grabbed. There it is. So I grabbed this styling, right? That is renders these pills from top to bottom. Vertically. So anyway, so you can find it here. So I just copied it. It's right there. So I'm just going to copy that. And I want to copy on the left-hand side, right? So I'm just going to paste it right there. Okay, so if I now visit this and I render it, notice that you have on the left-hand side module 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the beginning of the course editor, right? Where on the left-hand side you have a list of all your modules. Again, it'll be static for now. Next week, when we go into jQuery, we'll make this dynamic. On the right side, we want to do more of the same, right? Same UL, right? Same list, same anchors, but styled presumably from left to right, right? As opposed to from top to bottom. And if you look that up and look for the tab somewhere here, these are the tabs right here, right? So you can grab the tabs and copy it and put it on the right-hand side. And so these are the tabs on the right-hand side. So you have these tabs. So these presumably would be the chapters, right, or the sections that would make up the entire particular course that you're consuming, right? Again, it'll be static, right? Eventually, we'll make it dynamic. And the same thing down below, you might have the different topics that would go along there. So we can look that up on Bootstrap, and there they are. These are the pills. So we can grab the pills and add it down below. And you have the pills down below as topics. So these would be topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, and whatnot. Make sense? Down below, you would have the different widgets. You know, each widget is what? It's just a forms, right? Different forms. For the headings, you'll have one forms. For the images, you have a different form. For the paragraphs, you have different forms and whatnot. Makes sense? Right? So yeah, so that would be the beginnings of the course editor that you would be implementing using Bootstrap as the basis for styling this and navigating from one to the other. Make sense? All right, I'll leave it here.